So today is Sunday, March 29th, 2009. I am Juan, your normally Thursday blogger for Weight Loss Losers, and I have conquered the virus that I talked to you guys about at work. After having to come into work on Friday when I wasn't supposed to, and then working Saturday 15 hours, and then working another like 4 hours today, we have completely disinfected our whole office from the virus, which is about 100 workstations and about 4 servers that we had to clean up. It was a mission, but we're done and we killed it. So norovirus. Anyways, let's get on with this week's video. So this is the first Y week that I get to participate in, and the topic that I've chosen is why it's important to get your health checked up on a regular basis. And I chose this topic because it kind of affected me very, closely. Back in 2005, when I finally got medical insurance again, the first thing I did was I went and got a full physical done. It had been probably 4 or 5 years since that had been done, and I explained to my doctor I hadn't been checked up in a long period of time, and I said, could you please, check everything out on me? So they went and they ran blood work, and I got a call that they needed me to come back into the office, that there was a problem with my testosterone levels. Went to the doctor's office, found out that I was suffering from andropause. In which then, the doctor provided me with some information, immediately put me on a testosterone supplement called Androgel, and had me go see an endocrinologist. So, did some research into andropause. It only occurs in 10% of men or 10% of men period, 1% of men under 40. So it wasn't a very common thing. So they kind of had to do, the routine battery of tests, find out what was causing it. Was it a problem with my pituitary? Was it a problem with my, male genitalia? And to find out that everything was okay, and the conclusion was that my body wasn't able to compensate for my weight. Fat cells turned testosterone to estrogen, and my body wasn't able to make enough to provide for itself. So I needed to go on the supplement. And if this would have been something that would have been caught before, it would have probably changed the outcome of me having the gastric bypass in the first place. I always had such a hard time with weight loss, and it just seemed like I was always fighting this uphill battle. I would lose a certain amount of weight, and I just felt like I was exercising and exercising. I wasn't seeing, the development that a lot of other people had. And I would lose weight, but I always had a hard time building muscle, and I always felt very tired, very lethargic, and I suffered from a lot of depression. And in this case, it was stuff that was probably very unnecessary. Andropause for men basically causes a lot of depression. When you have an insufficient amount of testosterone, it messes around with how you feel, the amount of energy you had, and just the way that my body was forming, the way that my fat sat on me was very irregular. I didn't have a lot of hair. I wasn't ever very hairy guy prior to this. And once I went onto the Androgel, immediately I started feeling so much better about myself. And even though, by that point my weight was so high that I knew that the weight loss surgery was my best choice, in general I just felt with this energy that I didn't know that, that this is the way I was supposed to feel. And I always wondered why I suffered so much from depression and why I always felt lethargic. And, all these years that I suffered from that, wasn't a necessary thing. It's a medical condition that I had, and that's why I urge everyone, if you can, go to the doctor. Have them check you out. If you're not doing your periodic physicals, please go do it. I work in a doctor's office, and I see so many patients that because they don't want to come to the doctor's office, or they don't want to, they didn't make time for themselves to go and get checked up, then have to suffer the irreparable damages. On top of that, it is a good thing to get your blood work checked up, on a periodic basis to make sure that you're getting the right nutrients, that your body is healthy, especially if you're trying to go on this weight loss journey. Why make it harder for yourself? Why make it that maybe you're getting sick more often or feeling without energy because there's, your iron count is low or your potassium's low, and it's messing around with how you feel. And as a gastric bypass patient, it's very important to check on a regular basis. I get my blood work checked every 3 months to make sure that I have enough of all the right vitamin levels and everything in my system. Because part of the gastric bypass is the fact that you're bypassing the portion of your intestine which absorbs the nutrients the best. So it's very easy to become malnourished and to get sick. And the last thing you want to do is, if you're getting sick when you're trying to be active and work out and have a active lifestyle to help you with your weight loss. So get checked out. Go to the doctors. Make sure you're taking your vitamins. A recommendation: I take this vitamin called Hair, Skin, and Nails. It's made by Nature's Bounty. It's kind of almost like a prenatal. It's a very strong vitamin. It has a lot of biotin in it, 3,000 micrograms. It helps promote hair and nail growth. So to help, make sure that you're staying healthy. Pretty much everybody that I've met that has had gastric bypass is on a very strong multivitamin, because you have to inundate your body with it. So, well, and that's pretty much all the information I have. I hope you guys liked it. Please stay tuned tomorrow for Alejandro, your Monday vlogger. And again, guys, sorry for the delay, and I know this video isn't going to be up for a lot of time, but I hope it was informational. Thanks, have a good one.